Alright, the second gump goodness. Let's make it very clear. The first one about Saudi Arabia now hosting WrestleMania 43 is going to piss off a lot of hardcore fans and already has. Casual don't give a damn. But what many people are going to be interested in is about what happening to Andrade El Idolo. Andrade El Omos, if I'm pronouncing his name right, or as he was known in WWE, Andrade, is now been released from WWE, and surprisingly, which I don't think anyone knows, WWE is no longer releasing any type of information if someone messes up the wellness program. If you don't know, the wellness program in WWE is about if you do any type of drugs or any type of controlled substances and abuse them and you fail the test, usually they will release the information about that to the general public, to the general public, the fans, also the reporters. Now they're not doing that anymore. Ever since TKO, or actually Endeavor, took ownership of it and merged, they don't do that anymore. You're not getting the wellness information unless they choose to release it. Before, they would just release it, and that would have been the end of it. But we're not getting that anymore. Endeavor's policy is not to release any wellness information, period. I'm surprised that we even got this information from Andrade. And that's mostly due to, I believe, Dave Meltzer is the one who reported on, not just Fightful, but I believe it was Dave Meltzer. But essentially, we don't know what he did, what substance it was. Was it alcohol? Was it drugs? We have no clue. But we do know that he did fail a wellness program. He got a wellness program violation. That did happen. And that he was released well after that. Now, many people can speculate that maybe that's the reason he was released. From what Dave Meltzer said, no, it is not related. Supposedly. We don't know. It's just speculation. I doubt it was that. To be honest, they weren't doing anything with him. Andrade was working with Carmelo Hayes at one point. He looked like he could be interesting, but then he wasn't. And now, due to the fact he's no longer married to Charlotte Flair, who has a very strong influence in the company, no matter what anybody says, she still has some level of influence because of her father, and because of loyalty to her father, and the amount of work she's done. And I want to make this clear, very clear. I'm not taking anything away from Charlotte. I've had my complaints about her because she is not the greatest wrestler there is. She's a above average to average wrestler who can get herself over in the ring, but that's it. She's not as great as her dad. Ric Flair was the greatest wrestler that ever lived. Not because he was the most flairful, like when it comes to Hulk Hogan. Or he is so established that he was great in the ring, but also very flairful, like Sting. No. Or he was just so charismatic, like The Rock. Or Stone Cold Steve Austin. No. Ric Flair is the greatest wrestler of all time, not only with his own charismatic attitude and his flair, going Ric Flair. He was so good in the ring. He can get anyone over that he wanted. That's how great he was. Yes, he was very charismatic. Yes, he was very flairful. He'd go on the Space Mountain with that long dong going up at any woman. In most cases, they did. And it did. He was such a great wrestler in the ring. It was shocking. It wasn't about how many moves he did. It was about how many moves he did to make the other person look incredibly good. That's why he's that special. And his daughter just doesn't have it. She's a good wrestler, don't get me wrong, and she's worked with some of the best women that has existed, but she just is not great. She's good, and I will always stick to that because it's the truth. Only people she's familiar with can do it, and they have to be really good to make her look good, because she can make herself look good, but she can't make the other person look good. And when the other person can make themselves look good, that makes her look great. That's how it goes. But Andrade is no longer married to Charlotte. And it kind of showed because pretty much they didn't do much with him. And then that incident between Charlotte and Tiffany Stratton where she ousted him and her. And then when it came to Tiffany and when it came to, I forgot who she was with, Ludwig Kaiser, and that incident, that probably didn't help him either. So he was supposed to be on the last show, but that didn't happen. World's End didn't happen. And he left the company before Worlds Collide. So what's going to happen with him? Good question. We already know he had an issue with Sammy Guevara in AEW. Now, mind you, they're probably not going to care about that. They may just take him back. The only thing I could think of that probably would be good for him, might be good, because if he goes to AAA, and that's if they'll take him, he'll still be working with WWE. But if that was going to happen, they could have brought him in at World's End or Worlds Collide and just say he's going to be on their roster from now on. He just transferred over. That hasn't happened. So where can he go? You already have AEW, where I don't think he burnt a bridge, but that's going to be a bit of a question. He may still be able to go there. He can't go back to AAA because at this point, AAA is owned and it's really not real anymore. It's just, like I said in the very opening of this video, it's nothing. Because if it meant something, they would have done a PLE in WWE for World's End and Worlds Collide. And both of them just appeared on YouTube. That's it. So AAA means nothing to WWE except an asset. So where can he go? MLW is a chance. New Japan, he can try and go there. He can go to NWA. He might do pretty good there. The one place I think he should go, that he may be alright and they won't complain or anything, is TNA. TNA is still in its collaboration with WWE. He will have some level of connection. And they may show him on TV periodically, maybe. And he could still have some relevancy. And due to the fact that I've said this already, TNA has been producing better TV than AEW and WWE. And it's not even great TV. It's just good TV. He might have a better shot there. And maybe might be more happier there, counting if he doesn't have any type of wellness problems. But this is just me wondering if this will work for him. Mind you, that might be the only option that would really give him the best outing of it. But it's just me. Peace.